I need you to come here this instant. You better be here soon, or there will be... Kozlov's going to sacrifice me. They left me here, and he is... I can't trust Kozlov anymore. You have to help me finish what we started. You wouldn't want him to find out that... I'm waiting in Lenin Square. Make haste.
I guess I really am naive, huh? I think you...
Looks like your mentor sold you out. Or perhaps he was involved in all of this from the beginning. Regardless, he's clearly no longer your friend. He set a trap for you, Igor. What are you going to do about it? Looks like your mentor sold you out. Or perhaps he was in...
Who's there? Get behind cover and shoot! Oh, we got a man down! It's just one guy! One guy! Get him!
Stealing from your old teammate. If you were quartermaster, you wouldn't have noticed.
What did you do with it, huh? You sell everything already?
What? No, look. Oh, God. If it wasn't for you...
Yeah, you'd be dead.
Eggheads need dead animals anyway.
Probably for some kind of test. I don't know.
Fucking hell.
Stop complaining. It beats transporting human cadavers, doesn't it?
It does.
Jesus Christ, what a goddamn tragedy. Misha was a good guy.
You'll have to write to his wife. Explain.
Explain what? That a monster escaped from a mad scientist's secret lab and killed him?
I don't think it's one of our guys. Stay vigilant. For dinner. Hope it's not that fucking pea soup again. This is so fucking surreal. These can go through walls I saw with my own eyes. Yet this one is trapped in a simple cage. What's that supposed to be? The green crystals?
Before you jump to any conclusions, I can explain.
Okay.
Not here.
No thanks.
You're confused, my boy.
Can you really? The way you helped...
Just... God, please...
What's NAR's interest?
Their interest is in a potentially trillion-dollar business. I trust I don't need to explain.
I don't care about that. They're keeping Tatiana here.
Tatiana is a patient. And though NAR has done some despicable things, I give you that. But Tanya is
I researched Chernobylite myself. It has many potential...
I know you did. You wouldn't be here if you didn't.
What are you talking about?
Chernobylite opened a door to something that will change...
Energy capable of creating a singularity...
More than that. It gives us access to the... It's like an autonomous vehicle that can take you anywhere in time and space. The first such route is already in place.
Tatiana Amelieva. You act...
Yes. I cannot...
God in heaven. Is there not a...
I could tell you things that would turn your... I can't have you falling apart. Don't you understand?
What are you saying?
I need you here.
I will ask you one last...
Igor, please.
Do you want to learn about your personal threshold for pain?
All right. Tanya is in the power plant, I swear. Listen to me, Igor. This is important. You understand?
Shut your goddamn mouth.
You can't leave him alive, Mousy. He will thwart our...
Don't do anything you'll regret later, Igor. You're better than them. Remember that.
I know the safest thing to do is to kill you.
Thank you.
Oh, that remains to be seen. We will talk again.
Absolutely. Go for...
Finally, some definitive proof. Tatiana is at the power plant.
Igor,
No mousy today.
it won't be long before it returns. You need to help me. I remember the explosion.
Were you close to reactor number 4? That was the night Tatiana disappeared.
Not much. Fire, sirens wailing, burned men. It was Kharkiv.
What? I think you've got the
The KGB and some military geniuses tried to put out a fire in the natural gas mine. They blew everything. A column of fire and radioactive ash, kilometers high.
What were you doing there?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember, but I can't.
Calm down, Tarakan. We'll...
What's going on, Igor?
How are things, Professor?
Hi, Igor. How's it?
No, I'm fine. What's up?
I was just thinking that I'll probably stay on for a while.
And?
And I think this place could use a search.
Something like a woman's touch?
Very droll. No, I'm not cleaning or redecorating this shit. That's not my job.
The hunter, eh? What?
Look, everyone has a natural talent for something in this warehouse. Yours seems to be recycling just so, yes, that does kind of make you that. Great. Now could you try to make this place a little less of a dump and maybe be a little more imaginative with our supper?
But those are prepared rations. What am I supposed...
Ah! Maffei used to say, were there...
I probably won't. But thanks for letting me...
The fuck you want? Wow, it's great to see you, Igor.
Yeah, right, of course.
Stop bitching and be grateful there's someone here to do... Anyway, listen up. I think the time has come.
Oh, the suspense is killing.
Drum roll, please! Time to end his miserable life. Pay back for what he...
You've got friends?
Not very funny. This fucker and his cronies iced his lapdogs, captured us, tortured us.
What happened? You never...
Having electrodes clipped to your dong is not something you want to relive with casual acquaintances. The 5 of us set up this warehouse together. It was me. We were the fucking Pripyat 5. Respected businessmen when NAR showed up. But to this decrepit 20th century Anyway, a perfect up. He's gonna give some kind of motivational speech.
This sounds like a real opportunity. Taking Koslov out is the only way to make him pay for...
As much as I admire clean work, shooting him like a lame deer would... We should make him talk first. Learn everything, passwords, codes, guard routines. I also want to ask him about my brother. I need to know why he went to the trouble of killing...
We are going to pull the Rat King's teeth, one by one. Killing him straight away would waste all the work we put in.
I agree on one point. Koslov must die. Maybe he does deserve to suffer. But the only way to make sure he can't interfere is...
We need Koslov alive.
I can definitely help with that. The actual camp is located in Energetic. The main entrance is probably guarded, of course. But they only post 2 guards. You know the place, right?
Yeah. I lived here a long time ago.
It's not complicated. Those NAR fuckers just walked in and make themselves at home. But the side door will be a breeze. The guard detail is very light. And that's where you come in. Or go in. Or Kozlov's digs are on the top floor. Once you get inside, it shouldn't be hard for... Security is a bit of a joke. Like every fascist you ever met. They got cocky. And remember, most of them will be distracted by Kozlov's speech.
This is a great opportunity, Mousy. The time has come to instill the fear of the great...
Okay. I'm ready to...
Koslov, the most hated man in the zone. He's ruthless, but hardly a mastermind. Despite his civilized appearance, he may just be a mad dog, unleashed by the NAR. Still, you could probably learn a lot from him. He could be your ticket into the power plant.
Bad news, Igor.
What's going on?
Kozlov is about to leave the NAR encampment. Very convenient timing, isn't it?
Convenient indeed. So, change of plans?
Go to Hotel Policia, top floor. You'll have a great vantage point from up there. It will allow you to pinpoint Kozlov.
Sounds good.
Excellent. We should pursue this plan. This will bring us closer to defeating the Rat King.
You once psycho piece of Terracan, but I like you because you love to stir shit up. Working with you is a real pleasure.
You may be far from divine enlightenment, Ashka, but your heart is in the right place.
I'm on the top floor, and I found...
Good. Lack faith.
I see him. General...
The chief rat. Now listen closely, Mousy. His living quarter, the time for action is now.
What about a little help?
Yes. Luring the other predators away is always a good idea.
Like moths. That might work for a minute or two, but...
You have a better idea?
I might. Shut down the generator instead, and they'll be blind. Then you'll have no problem sneaking past the...
I hate being outside. Cold. I've got you!
Okay, I'm at...
The shadows are out! Fucking hell! Fire! Fire at will! Target the head! Over there! Keep shooting! More coming! Watch your six, stay alert!
Disabling the generator will shadow cages. The guards will be quite busy for the next little while.
Not afraid of the dark, are you? Seriously, though, watch yourself. Those things will eat you just as soon as any guard.
What's all the commotion? Don't even think about reaching for that sidearm, General Kozlov. This conversation is not going...
Really? And here I thought you were a civilized, regardless. My men are waiting. I will be very interested to see how...
Come on, he's just trying to weasel.
I'm sorry, General. I'm not that...
Wait. You're making a huge mistake. I can tell you a great many things. Useful information.
He's full of shit.
You want to know about Tatiana, right?
Okay. But you better have answers.
Did you think I would be impressed? I've seen these things before.
Don't make your situation any worse than it already is. Move.
So, this is what it looks like.
Surprised? I guess you're not all knowing.
Let's say terrorist hideouts are not my department. Is this a family meeting? What a pity.
What the fuck? Why did you bring this asshole here?
My poor fellow. I suppose you expect me to acknowledge you and apologize. Sadly, I am forced to disappoint you.
I don't like this one bit. Let's put...
You should be careful with that one, Kaminyuk. Women are often far more cruel than men. What about you, old man? Still chasing ghosts? Perhaps you should have stayed in the institution. Sashko Horobets. I admire your craft.
We'll see about that.
Are we done with introductions?
You seem to be the most reasonable of this gang of colorful misfits.
I know exactly what you're doing. It isn't particularly...
What am I doing? I am a professional who happens to be on the other side of... I have a nephew that I very much want to see. So, go ahead and ask your questions. When you're satisfied...
Your nephew? Tell me about him.
He's 10 years old. He's from Magnitogorsk, like his father and me. I don't believe for one moment that you could... It simply isn't your style, Professor. Besides...
Do not assume to know me, Kozlov. Tell me about the experiments. What...
I wish I could tell you. But as with tracking down trespassers, that is...
You lie. I've seen everything. I've even... How can you claim to know nothing about...
I know about its applications, yes. I know that it can act as an unlimited energy source, but I don't know any details about its implementation. I'm not a scientist.
Yes, I suppose...
Look, I'm not a personal friend of Semenov. Remember, it was Semenov who botched the experiment that released... Can you guess how many people I've lost? Don't ask me where these creatures came from, because I have no idea. Semenov has a god complex. He believes he can advance the human race. We lived in the shadow of people who wanted to turn us simple bread-eaters into angels. But I've been around. I've seen things. So you can understand why I'm skeptical when I hear.
Semenov may be the brain, but he isn't responsible for the...
You seem like a...
What do you mean?
Whatever Semenov told you, he is the real pup.
The board?
The big money people in the tailored Italian suits. The Semenov convinced the board he's going to transform NAR into a...
Semenov isn't rounding people up and torturing them. Philly...
Well, naturally, you'll get a distorted view of what's going on when you... This is a war zone. I am Some collateral damage is unavoidable in any conflict. But I do my absolute best to...
I'm only really interested in one.
That ghost you're chasing.
You're the head of security. Am I to believe you're not...
Professor Kaminyuk, listen. I am here to earn a little extra money. I have zero interest in anything that...
You don't tell me.
I cannot tell you what I do not know, Professor. Talk to him if you want to know more about the experiment.
How do I enter that?
You're placing me in a very awkward position. You want me to...
You've got a real nerve talking to me about... Again. What is the...
Don't be stupid. You and your merry...
I don't care. Do you know where we are, right now?
No. I don't understand.
We are currently in the tunnel between two singularities. This tunnel is a shortcut through time and space. Marvelous, isn't it?
Ah.
Do you? I don't have to kill you. I can simply leave you here. But don't count on dying anytime. You will never see your nephew again. But perhaps I will release you.
I can see that your companion's cruel nature is beginning.
Are you ready to cooperate now? If you...
The call is... We quell the storm.
Thank you. I'm glad. What to do with you now, eh?
It's too dangerous to let him live.
I want to ask him about wrestling fast.
He's mine! I want—
He's just a tool of the Rat King. Do not let this rodent roam free.
I'm not a murderer.
Thank you.
And you have to leave NAR. Otherwise, you and I will have another conversation. And it won't—
All I care about is my nephew.
What's going on?
Do you think...
But I'll...
Perfect.
Follow me.
Now I'm going to teach you how to remain invisible when there's little cover. It all depends on how quick. When concealed, look for the next closest cover. Observe the enemy, and once you see an opening, I'll play the role of your opponent. Begin. Good job, Igor. Your chances of survival just increased.
I just remember
What is it? More...
a cautionary tale. A wise man take care that the cheese isn't poisoned or...
What are you talking about?
possessed. 9 evil rats were stirring the pot, trying to stick their
Yes, I remember reading about that. Huge quantities of cesium-137 and strontium-90...
While you were reading about it, my mother had the placid Teca River. So beautiful this time of the year.
Yes. One of many regret...
No, Mousy. would you? He lured the silly little mouses with a chunk of smelly yet delicious, and the cheese you are looking for may be poisoned as well. So be very careful, little mouse. Whenever you sense these machinations in the shadow,
I'll keep it in mind.
The fuck you want?
How are things, Prophet?
Hey, can I ask you something?
Sure.
What do you think about Sashko?
Do you like him?
Why? Are you jealous?
Neither one of you is my type.
Then yes, I admire his spirit. Sashko is his own. He knows how to handle himself, how to fight. Maybe he's a little rough around the edges, but that kind of thing can be ironed out.
What about Kostya?
What about him?
He's your husband.
Sure, but that doesn't mean I'm his property, does it? Come on, Igor. This is just...
You mean like just between us?
Would it be the end of the world if you were? Jesus, you men are also fucking insecure.
But...
Fuck, I was just trying to have a little chat with you, and you made it fucking weird.
Okay, sorry.
Igor, I need to tell you something. Remember when you asked me why the lurkers stay?
All right.
I don't know exactly how it works, but Map, he has this strange powder. It calls it dust, but it's secret. Only a handful of people even know it exists.
Dust?
Because I can see you for what you are now.
And what's that?
A forthright and honorable man. Anyway, it'll help us in your heist. You should get your hands on...
Well, if it works, there must be something to it.
You should.
Okay.
Magic powder? It's not really your style to believe in such things, is it, Igor? Still, if there's any truth to it, it could be your best chance to defeat the shadows, and perhaps even him, the Black Stalker.
Watch out for those bastards, Igor. I heard on the radio that they're sending more troops to Red Forest.
Внимание! Неблагоприятная радиоактивная обстановка. Внимание, внимание!
Olga, we've got a situation here.
What's wrong?
Your village. It looks abandoned, destroyed, burned down.
What? Oh, God damn it. Well, check it out. Find out what happened.
I'm really sorry, Olga. They're all dead.
No.
I don't know what to say.
Do you know how they died?
Some of them were shot, but the wounds don't make sense. It looks like they were executed in their sleep.
No. Are you sure that everyone's gone? What about Kostya? Matvey?
I don't know, Olga.
Just take a look around. See if you can find out what happened.
I will. I found something else.
More dead?
No. It's a tape recorder.
Okay, play...
My beloved Olga, my sweetheart, I made a terrible mistake. And that he was putting everyone in unnecessary danger. I spiked the food. I thought I knew what I was doing, but someone mixed up the pots, and the anesthetic ended in everyone's meals. I woke up to gunshots in the middle of the night. NAR stormed the village and killed everyone, and only I survived because I ran. I ran like a coward. I wanted to prove myself to you. So this is it, my love. My confession. It's the only decent thing left for me to do.
What? I can't believe it.
I'm terribly sorry, Olga.
Of course not. Why would you? Please go look for...
Olga, I found...
Yes?
He shot himself. I'm so sorry.
What he did. Please.
Jesus. This isn't really a cemetery, is it? It looks more like a mass grave.
I know, but it gives this awful place a kind of dignity, doesn't it? NAR used to dump bodies here. Phosphorus, slate lime. In time, it'll burn everything up. I found my mom there, what's left of her.
What? Why didn't you tell me? Any other secrets you'd like to share?
I didn't want you to know about this place until now. Besides, everyone has secrets. The only question is, how harmful are they?
I'll check the bones, if you don't mind. Unbelievable.
What's going on?
Remember when I told you about Chernobylite being a giant turtle that supports the Earth? It could be true.
What do you mean?
It seems to be organic. Moreover, it shows signs of... That's why it avoids the lye and phosphorus. Incredible. That explains why the shadows won't touch it.
You can tell me the rest when you get back.
I told you to return to the UK, Igor, but I see you didn't listen. Well, it's understandable. You're constantly interfering in everyone's business. There's no telling if you'll end up on the side of the heroes. Or that...
You're talking gibberish.
You think I don't know you've been talking to Semenov? Perhaps even Kozlov? Who, but your little gang of misfits and rejects has no...
How do you...
You really are naive, aren't you, Igor? Like a lost little boy. That perhaps... You're not...
Rat? Why did he call you a rat?
They're using you, and you can't even see it. Did you ever think to stop running everyone's errands for fun? Why,
You're insane. Chernobylite is messing with your... Listen, I never sold anyone out. Someone sent me a picture of Tatiana, and I...
You're a goddamn liar. She would never... No.
It's the truth, and I can...
You're delusional. Semenov used a photograph to lure you here, to get you to me. He made you his...
Semenov would never... But I saw Tanya
Do you expect me to pity you? Semenov orchestrated your big return, and you fell blindly into his... Your intentions are noble, but your naivety is downright dangerous. As for Semenov... Semenov is a maniac with a gun. I have my own plans, and I'm not going to kill you. Not today. You can thank her for that. Who knows what the future will bring? I sincerely hope...
That was fucking crazy! Well, for a minute there, I thought he was gonna cut. That's what I'd do. If I was him. Anyway, good work convincing him to look...
Praise the great rat catcher in the...
Yes.
Don't worry. I could never believe that you were the Rat King. But now, we know exactly what we're up against. Chernobyl, listen to me, Igor. What's happening?
How do you do, Igor?
Fine. Fine, just getting ready for...
Before I came here, I was involved with Greenpeace.
Oh, that's commendable.
Well, the economic climate wasn't very good at that time. We staged some protests, I even changed myself, but in the end, the police would show up and beat...
Don't be so hard on yourself. NGOs have always had it rough.
Yeah, it was like bailing out the ocean with a teaspoon. Somebody told me that when Greenpeace first came to Ukraine, they were I can't believe this world.
That was the Cold War mentality for you. Every foreign NGO worker is a potential...
Some officials promised to help us build an eco-housing project for Chernobyl survivors. The construction company dug a huge hole for the foundation that disappeared with all the materials. One giant waste of time. I wish I had been born in your times, Igor.
No, you wouldn't. But...
What's the matter, ma'am?
What's going on?
How are things,
The fuck you want?
You're absolutely sure about that, Professor Semenov?
It's the only logical explanation. How else would Amelieva's gamma brainwaves be able to interact with Chernobylite if it wasn't at least partially sentient? And what about the gate?
Some advanced form of telekinesis.
That's not a sufficient explanation, not by a long shot.
But if what you're saying is true, that would mean that the wormholes are... No, that is impossible.
Why impossible? Think about it. Just because we've never seen an organism powerful enough to create, withstand, or even direct the exotic energy found near black holes, doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
So these fractal tunnels, they're also organic. So we're what? Traveling through the veins of a giant multi-dimensional Moby Dick?
Right now, thanks to his trials, only the Black Stalker is. And if you like to play with metaphors, I would say more like a giant multi-dimensional squid.
And that would make the shadows, what? Some kind of external white blood cells?
I quite like that theory. They are here to nourish the main host and protect it from intruders and diseases.
Us.
Most of us, yes.
Shadows emerged through the unstable gate, so you don't think it was retaliation or an invasion?
No. I would rather call it the reaction of an organism that was attacked by something foreign.
By foreign, you mean our test subjects? So shadows are some sort of antibodies?
Exciting, isn't it? And Amelieva is like the correct protein, the conduit. She can communicate with the beast, but the beast can also speak through her.
I've seen what happened to subjects who were exposed to Chernobylite. Getting some FaceTime with this must be unsettling.
What do you care? Our names will go down in the history books next to Newton and Einstein.
Of course, Professor Semenov. This is all worth it.
So Chernobylite is some kind of sentient, multi-dimensional organism. And Tanya can communicate with it. This is... I can't even wrap my head around this.
It's been so long, my love. Why can't I hear you anymore? Since you gave birth to the boy and fell into a coma. You used to visit me in my dreams. I miss our conversations. I miss you, Tanya. Sometimes, I think I lost my way in all this. Lost myself. We both made so many sacrifices, and now I'm not even sure what awaits us at the end of this road. But this is our only chance to be together. You cannot lose hope now. Please, just let Semenov have what he wants. Give it to him, and then we can have each other.
Poor bastard. It seems his delusion keeps him going. But I need to focus. I have to find out what Tanya is supposed to give to Semenov.
It's fascinating, Professor Semenov, really. But I'm here to discuss business, not scientific curiosities. Our investors need to see a return on their investment.
You don't need to worry about that. It can be monetized in ways they can't even imagine.
But that's just the thing. These people don't like surprises. They want to know precisely what to expect. New types of weapons, medicine, a new means of transportation?
All of that, and more. You can tell your precious investors that the millions they're pouring into our project will come back to them as billions.
And what about the Duga radar? It's been drawing all kinds of unnecessary attention over the years. These dark tourists and those damn stalkers.
It has served its purpose. You can scrap it and make razors for all I care. We've got Amelieva now. She's the ultimate conduit. What we have in the works right now, it will transform the NAR into the biggest conglomerate in the world. It's going to be $1 trillion business. We will use Amelieva to stabilize the gate to another world, the Chernobylite's world. And once we are able to travel there, this will be a revolution unlike anything humanity has ever witnessed. You could call it an ontological shock.
Until a what? Never mind. Okay, as long as you find a safe way of putting a dollar sign on it, you've got the permission of the board. But, you know, just keep your feet on the ground, okay, Professor? We're here to make money, not destroy the world or cause shocks of any kind.
I've got it all under control. Everything is in place, and our patient zero is ready.
Dear God, so that's what Semenov needs Tanya for? Stabilizing a wormhole? A gate to the origin of Chernobylite. I need to get to the power plant and find her fast, before he can carry out this insane plan. Who knows what can happen to her, or to the world? I've got to make a plan, and move fast.
I know you're there, Professor Kamenyuk. We need to have I've got something that may
Are you...
General Kozlov, in the...
Why should I trust...
I don't need you to trust me. Simply listen and enjoy Red Forest.
How do I know it's not a trap?
You are important, but not that important, Professor Kamenyuk.
I don't like this.
I know, Professor, but be there.
That was Kozlov, right?
Some FaceTime in the Red Forest.
The Red Forest? You can't go.
Oh, no shit, it's dangerous. But when did that ever stop you from sending me on a mission?
But all Kozlov has to do is pull a gun and blow your brains out.
This is out of character for you, Olivier. Is there something you...
No. I mean, I've got a strange feeling. Remember to stay on the radio, okay?
Sure. Don't worry so much.
Someone has to.
General Kozlov, head of NAR security. A man from the past with a past. I know his kind. They say they want a happy, quiet life, but they are addicted to war and suffering. I feel you still don't know exactly who you can trust. I know you like ample time to think things through, but you need to start making hard choices, even if you don't have all the details.
record. Going to this meeting is dangerous. Going alone is downright stupid. Watch out for any sign of an ambush, okay?
I will. This must be the place.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Show me your hands.
I didn't come here to play cops and robbers, Professor Kaminyuk. If I...
Let's make one thing clear. I can tell the difference between a...
Are you certain of that, Kaminyuk? There's a helipad with an abandoned helicopter. Go there. Find the button that powers...
What's that supposed to do?
No harm will come to you. Please, indulge.
Forget it, Igor. If Kozlov has something to tell you, why didn't he just say it?
What are you saying?
It's all an elaborate trap. They're going to stuff you into an old tire and set it ablaze. I've seen it many times before.
Not a very attractive prospect, but I have to get to the bottom of this. I'm at the helicopter. Kozlov wasn't lying about that, at least.
So you think you can trust him now? You can still back out, you know. Come back and we'll hunt this bastard down together. Igor.
There's an underground bunker beneath the helipad.
Don't go in there. Please. Let's regroup and we can figure out what to do next.
I'll let you know what I find. Well, this is getting interesting.
I'm losing you. Igor?
Olivier, can you hear me? Surveillance equipment. Can't be Soviet. It looks cutting edge. Someone's keeping tabs on me in our little warehouse operation. But they've got everything here. My exact words, my plans. But how? Olivier, come in.
Where did you go? I thought I lost you for a second there, buddy.
I found a bunch of surveillance hardware in the bunker.
It must be an old Soviet facility. I wouldn't worry about it.
That's not all. I also found intel about me and our mission. Someone is listening to everything we say in the warehouse.
Are you certain? Maybe it's just old intel the KGB gathered on you.
No way. The equipment looks brand new and, goddammit, Olivier, someone's been tracking our every step. We need to talk. I'll come back soon.
You've seen it. I can...
That's what I should be asking you.
My dear Professor, you have a brilliant mind for some... No, I'm not spying on you. That is the Heidi. I'm not sure who he's working for, but I do know...
Yes, General?
A military man with connections to a foreign agency. Canadian...
Why did you show me this?
You assume correct. I have my own... I don't know exactly why you're here, Kaminyuk. I'm not... You think you know. You have a hunch. You may find it hard to believe. But we both lost someone. Someone important to us. We're all just pieces on a giant chessboard, but much remains unclear. And he...
Enough riddles.
Your best buddy Olivier has been with you the entire time. He's the only person who... Think about it. Set your emotions aside and you'll... He's working for someone. NAR, maybe. If that's the case, but the whole operation is off the books. So there's definitely some... Otherwise, I would be...
Bullshit. You're either lying to me or coming up with answers that are convenient. Does his spy codebook have a fucking maple leaf on the cover?
Make jokes if you must, Professor. But think calm. Treat this information about Olivier. Do you think I enjoy playing the evil Colonel Kurt? I came here believing this would be the last assignment, that working in the private sector would allow me to retire here. I'm his only remaining kin. Instead, I've become entangled in a questionable business run by greedy corps. When they sensed I was unhappy, that I might leave, hid him from me as part of a mysterious safety protocol.
Am I supposed to feel...
No, not for me. I've done things I'm not proud of. Help me find him, and I will...
This can't be a coincidence.
What? You'd better tell me what you know, or this...
We're not going to use children as collateral. Tell Kozlov his nephew. It doesn't mean I won't kill the general if I get...
I know where Glib is. A secret bunker in the zone.
I can't believe it. You're an honorable... This is where we part ways. I hope we don't run into each other.
It would be better if you just left the zone, Kozlov.
I wish I could, but it's not that easy. Like I plan to play my part to the best of my abilities.
I'll get straight to the point, Olivier. Kozlov showed me your hidden spy bunker. Why would you do...
Whoa. Please don't tell me you believed a word of what every general is.
Well, who'd have thought? Our soldier boy is a fucking rat. Just shoot.
What's this? A rat?
You backstabbing rat. You have 10...
What in God's name are you talking about?
I've been to your little spy den. You've been working...
I know it seems that way sometimes, but the world doesn't act...
Can the pretentious bullshit and just...
I've got my own mission here, and it doesn't concern you. Not directly. I've been keeping an eye on you since the beginning. But it's...
No, I can't believe it.
Believe what you want. I never did anything to harm you.
I'll let you stay because you're still useful to me. But we're not buddies anymore. This is...
You're making the right call.
What's going on, Igor?
Do you think you could...
But I'll...
Maybe some other...
You're the bossy.
Can we...
Sure.
What can I do for you?
I'd like to...
Sure, Igor. What can I do for you?
Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad.
Actually...
The fuck you want?
Mikhail...
Perhaps a gathering and...
Actually... Want to try...
Just make it...
How are things?
Hey.
About what? I can show you.
Actually... I would like...
Sure.
What's the matter?
Hey there.
But of course, I can.
Fantastic.
You know what the mouse's biggest strength is? It's the ability to become invisible. The secret lies in camera. You can't literally become invisible, only I can do that. But you can make yourself almost always stay in the shadows. Use vegetation to control your breathing. So, let's put this knowledge to the test. I'll be the Rat King, and you try to sneak up on me, Mousy. Ready when you are, Mousy. You're a very gifted student, Mousy. Congratulations. I think you learned something today, Mousy. Hopefully it will be enough to keep you alive.
Let's do this.
Everyone, it's time to hit the power plant. But this time we're smarter and better prepared. I know we can do this. We have to do this. It's the only way we can find Tatiana.
Mousy, you're talking about striking at the heart.
I have evidence that NAR was conducting Chernobylite experiment. Tatiana and her baby were two of their subjects. With the rate at which we must act now.
What about that black mask-wearing motherfucker?
His name is Boris Glukov. He, Tatiana, and I were close friends until he betrayed us. He helped the KGB gather evidence against Tatiana. Then he experimented on himself with Chernobylite and ended up with great power. He's strong.
Do you know what NAR is actually doing at the power plant? Why is it so important?
NAR wants to create a permanent wormhole to the Chernobylite world. And get Tatiana's abilities are needed to support the space. It's hard to know what happens if they succeed. But what they're doing is they could unleash something horrific on this world, or because we're never going to know the outcome. Because we're going to stop them.
I like the pep talk, Professor. I think you even gave me a bit of a job. But do we have the right to...
Yes, we do. We've got... This is much bigger than anything any of us has done before.
One organization holding this much power is against everything I believe in. And besides...
You know how I feel. The Rat King must be stopped at all costs.
I started out doing this for a paycheck. But I'm going to end it for my brother and our...
Whatever it takes to protect my people and drive NAR out.
You think I'm gonna back out now and miss the best part? Fuck no!
I appreciate your trust. We can't count on the element of surprise, but we know time and again NAR has shown they would rather capture than kill me. We'll dress somebody up as an NAR officer, escorting a prisoner. We have 2 NAR uniforms, both male.
I'll do it. I have no problem posing as an NAR officer. My hand is still giving me...
You should take someone who can keep his cool when things go sideways. As they...
You're not seriously thinking about going without me? I'm a blasted...
All right, we still have one more uniform. NAR must have upgraded its digital defense perimeter and surveillance. A skillful hacker should be able to at least...
I'm your man, Mousy. The great Rat Cat. Electronics, surveillance, computers.
Wouldn't call myself a black hat, but I know enough. As long as we don't get...
I need someone to cover our asses in case we end up in the shit.
Firearms are my preferred method of solving problems, but I can...
My shooting's impaired since I injured my hand, but I...
What's there to consider? I'm your gal, Igor.
Last but not least, a spy. I want someone to monitor NAR activities.
I've been watching these assholes fight the reflection for years. I know how they...
I know the power plant like a boy.
Does everyone know what to do? Last chance to reconsider.
This is it, my love. The last stretch. You've been through so much for me. Make sure you're ready, because it will take everything you have. Your wits, your strength, your plan, your companion's loyalty, everything. Good luck, my love.
This is it. Today's the day, whatever happens. Everything sorted, guys? Can we start our prisoner escort on?
All right. Can't wait to meet your girlfriend, Igor.
If the uniform doesn't get us in, we have one more ace up our sleeve. Their friend-enemy password. They say, we quell the storm. And we reply, and ride the thunder. Remember it. Before we enter the lion's den, I need to triple-check everything is ready. How's my techie? Have you logged into their system?
I'm in, Mousy. What do you need me to do? Overload their systems? Bypass security? You ask and I'll do it. But don't be rash. Once we get started, it's only a matter of time before they kick me out again.
Spy check. How are my eyes and ears?
Eyes are bright and my ears are wide open. I got the plans and codes up and I could hear those boring fuckers chatter like they were sitting in my lap. No worries, Igor. With me on your side, this'll be like walking to the grocery store.
Sniper, are you in position? Have you got eyes on?
I'm all set, Igor, and I feel good. This is just like my hunting days. I could shoot the fly off your lapel.
There are a few sentries outside the gate.
Taking them out quickly is certainly an option, and with the silencer, I should be able to keep my position.
Better use the side passage for now. You can all
Just be cool and they'll fall for it. No army in the world puts that...
Okay, showtime.
Halt! Who goes there?
stand down, Private, and clear the way.
Yeah, I mean, yes, sir. You can find the brass in the tent behind the gates.
So far, so good. But it's getting harder now. NAR's upgraded some of the old security features.
The electronics are the least of your worries. Nobody said anything about this exposed courtyard. You stand out like a signal flare at a funeral, Igor. Be extra careful.
Security checkpoint. What used to be a radiation detector is now a biome...
I already found the right database.
I can't get a line of sight on all of them. Maybe I should target those fuel tanks. That'll keep them distracted long enough for you to slip past. But if we...
Those NAR security systems can be broken by someone with enough know-how. Those IT wankers probably...
I don't mind taking a gamble, but a fancy uniform...
Tarakan.
One moment.
Time to move. With a little... The entrance should be very close. It's a large metal door to the tech access corridor. Nothing I can't handle.
Remember the charges I prepared for breaching security doors? Powerful, but quiet. Like sticking a curling iron into a pound of butter. Or maybe you want to save them for later.
Keep your hand down, Igor. There's a fucking sniper on...
Stop yelling!
Picked it up on the radio. They haven't made you yet, but if you trigger the alarm, they'll come...
Damn! If I force the lock, it'll...
I can try to remotely unlock the door without tripping the alarm.
Well, you put that guy on the platform to sleep, and you can make as much noise as you want.
The lock is wired to the alarm system, but Sashko's charges will destroy both the lock... All right, Olga.
Bullseye!
We made it inside. We're safe, at least for now. These tunnels just about make a beeline to the reactor. From there, the way to the Ark should be easy. What the fuck? The electronics are sizzling as if they're going to explode.
That's to be expected, Mousy. The power plant's electrical system is antiquated, falling apart. We should find a way to short-circuit the power.
If you're feeling tempted to go for a swim, don't. The water's electrified. One wrong step and it's bye-bye, Igor.
I have access to the circuit board.
Have you been listening, Mousy? I can turn off the entire sector remotely.
I can't shoot the switchboard, can I? I would have to go there and I'll be out of the game after that.
Tarakan.
Today, the darkness is...
We're getting close to the reactor floor. I think we managed to dodge the main security detail. As long as we maintain our cover, we should be good.
Step very fucking lightly now, Igor. The place is swarming with those cocksuckers. NAR's beefed up security around Ark for some reason. Either they're preparing for something, or you're walking straight into a goddamn trap.
I'm in the Golden Corridor. It looks like NAR.
Don't be a fool, Igor. Let me take care of it. I can take them all down.
Time to play our prisoner escort card. If they don't...
Let's try the prisoner escort.
Stop right there. I don't recognize you, soldier.
Unwrap the thunder. Now step aside. I'm bringing this chrono.
Okay, go ahead.
We need to get...
I can help, Igor. You don't need sniper cover with this. I'll come closer and see if I can stir up some trouble and get the scientists to evacuate.
The Brainiacs have their own dedicated comms. I could put my fabulous...
The great rat catcher smile.
This is fucked. Even if they somehow bought our cover story, who...
Tarakan.
Sounds good, Mousy. It shouldn't take long to...
Attention! Pneumonia! Achtung! The reactor's about to explode! Run for your lives, everyone!
What kind of nonsense is this? The reactor cannot
Fuck it, Anatoly. A break is a break.
These old ventilation ducts will take me straight to the Ark.
What the hell is this? Was it here before?
The door is trapped. Touch it, and I'll spend my last moments on Earth
Mousy, the ventilation duct should not be safe.
The main generator's in sight. If I sabotage it, you'll...
Wait, Igor! Remember the map you borrowed from that fucker Semenov?
Sashko's explosives might come... Your plan sounds reasonable, Mick.
The doors are behind you, Igor. Cut through the crap on the other side. Climb up in there, and it'll...
Oh, hello, Igor. I've been expecting you.
Semenov? You said you didn't...
You are... I have to say, you earned that right through...
Tanya?
You've always known where she is.
What do you mean?
You should be asking.
If you hurt her...
Stop, please. Stop playing the role. After everything you've seen, everything you've learned, I'll spell it out for you. If you haven't the stomach to see it for yourself. Tatia, she always has been. There were other candidates, but we're going to use Tatiana to create a state. She will travel there and help us reach its source. With her...
This is madness.
My God, is this display? You must put your maudlin sentiments aside, Igor. The only real force in this life is change, and everything else is a substitute, an excuse meant to and you. You are my biggest regret. Did you know you were supposed to be special? So very fucking... All that glorious potential has been wasted. I failed you, yes. Please don't argue with me.
I'm going to save Tatiana. Stay out of my way and I will...
Unfortunately, no. I cannot...
What's wrong with you, Igor? How foolish can you be? How did you not see this coming? Your companion's fate has been sealed in this timeline. The least you can do is consider what led to this.
Sashka! Oh, good lord! Stand down! Sashka, can you hear me? Say something!
He's gone, Igor. Now focus. You gotta focus on the mission.
You heard the man move! The priority is to protect the lab! Damn! Looks like we'll have to fight our way out. These guys are the last thing standing between me and Tatiana.
I've got an idea, Igor. I know there's still some charges left. I can sneak past those. Trust me, I'm not in that much of a hurry to die, but I don't see any...
Oh no, this sucks big time balls. I wish we had someone inside who...
All right, Olga.
I'm going, Igor. Don't forget me. At least not for a while.
What was that? It came from outside. All units evacuate the power plant. Let's go! Go! Go!
God damn you, Igor. You and your suicide mission. I'm bleeding like a slaughtered pig.
Olga! What's going on? Talk to me!
All I see is blood. Oh, shit. I think I'm dying.
Hold on, Olga. Don't give up.
It's too late for me.
Everyone, wait here and watch the perimeter. I have to do this alone. Olga! Olga, can you hear me? Oh, no! Tatiana, finally.
Igor, my love. My child.
It's been so very long.
You know it in your heart, my love. I've been...
But how?
You You shouldn't be here. It's a mistake. You'll only bring great misery on us all. My poor little... All of us together, finally.
What did you call me?
There's nothing you can do. You have to end this. Both of us.
What connection?
The connection is the strongest force in the universe. Go to the reactor.
Find what?
No more waiting. Please, can't you just...
Tanya?
Go.
Tatiana.
Boris, help!
I don't understand.
Reactor, Chernobylite.
What do I do?
Hi, Igor. Happy to see me.
Olivier?
Do you really need to ask? Did you think I was an idiot?
Put the gun down. Whatever it is, we can work it out.
You are such an asshole. I've been helping you all this time. I lost my best friend just to help you find this...
Olivier, please.
Not once. Not fucking once did you offer to help me. It was always about you.
Semenov? What's he got to do with...
Yes, I was working for Semenov. He hired me to keep tabs on you. It went pretty well until your black mass...
But Semenov? Why would you work for that lunatic?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a chance to change what cannot be changed? To go back...
But that's crazy.
Crazy, sure. Is it any crazier than...
I'm not saying it's impossible, but...
But helping me was never on your... I should have seen it sooner. Besides, you're not... I keep having these dreams where I die. I wake up and I live again. It's motherfucking Groundhog Day in hell.
I don't know what to tell you. You're right. I just never thought anyone else would see...
Sure. Semenov isn't the one with the Messiah complex. You are.
Like I said, it's not impossible. But this...
Not good enough, Igor.
I'm serious too. We don't know what's behind that door. Semenov wanted me here for a reason. And it... So I promise you, once we see this through, I'll do everything in...
Say it. To save my team.
To save your team.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back. Keep an eye...
Sure. I just hope you don't screw things up and get us all killed.
You took your time.
Cut the crap. It's time you get...
Yes, we'll get to that. But since this is our last...
Fine. Just...
What do you really hope to achieve, Igor?
Isn't that obvious? I want to...
You may find this surprising, but our...
How's that?
We were both going after the same thing. But this whole time, we've been chasing someone else's agenda without no...
Come on, man. I've come too far.
Let's start from the beginning.
I sure do, Boris. You were my closest friend until you decided to betray me. To take to...
Boris is dead. I killed him on that fateful night. April 26, 1986.
You took his?
The more important question. The question you somehow... Because you're not Professor Igor Kiminyuk. You never were. I am Igor Kiminyuk.
Protect me? How? By trying to kill me at...
If I wanted to kill you, I would have done it the first...
Will you quit talking in fucking riddles?
The truth is hard to swallow, I know. Tatiana isn't your fiancée. She's mine. Everything you know about her, everything... You are my clone. Sort of. You got my body, my brain, my skills, and...
What are you saying? How...
Tatiana was sterile. That was our personal tragedy. But when Semenov imprisoned her after the Duga fiasco, she fell pregnant. He needed me to stay on the project and study Chernobylite. What happened next was... I don't know what to call it. An immaculate conception. She gave birth to a boy. You. You grew much more quickly than other kids. But the Chernobylite no doubt affected you in unpredictable ways. I didn't know what to do with you. But it was obvious that Semenov would incorporate you into his experiments until one night, Tanya, your mother, communicate. She pleaded with me to release you into the woods.
You're saying Tatiana's child, who you released in the woods in 1990?
Of course you don't. You looked like a teenager, but had the mind of a small child. The night was so cold.
The sweater. I had it in the camp.
Yes, it could have been a trigger. Your mind somehow began. Perhaps you were constructed from Tatiana's desires, from her expectations of... I suspect the process was somehow...
But she's been calling me this whole time.
I'm afraid you were bamboozled, my poor boy. We all were...
Chernobylite? But the image...
They felt so real, I know. Your mother was your biggest weakness. It wanted you here. It has plans for you.
Someone sent me a photo of Tatiana, and that they were real. I couldn't have constructed...
Oh, that. It was that bastard Semenov, of course. He wanted to bring you here as well. I really hoped you would stay away. But it's too late now. Only one of us is leaving.
Wait, can't we talk?
We just did. Goodbye, son. Show me the new and improved Igor Kiminuk. You're making this too easy, son. To save Tanya. Only I am. I wish there was another way. Don't go easy on me. I won't do the same for you. I won't let you hurt her. Gives me no pleasure, but it has to be done. Why did you have to come here and complicate things? You're making this too easy, son. Better than me. This gives me no pleasure, but it has to be done. Too easy, son. I won't do the same for you. No pleasure, but it has to be. tries to make it quick for Tatiana's sake. You're making this too easy, son. I wish there was another way. I don't need a force field to defeat you.
I told you to watch Tanya. How on earth did you get in here?
Focus, Igor. Look familiar?
Where did you get that?
Where else? I took it from you. From your cold... In a reality where you fucked up, my friend. From one of the many worlds...
Are you saying that you come from a different...
This is hell. You have no idea.
Where are you going?
Back to my screwed up world, of course. You know me. I'd prefer to...
Wait!
Don't waste the chance I've given you, Igor.
It's over, my son. Close the portal. Cut the connection. Deny this thing away into our world. Do it now!
Son, please. It will kill her. It will kill...
Just let me go.
You can do this, son. You can be the man. Go through the portal and face this thing. Undo the...
No, do not do this.
A single shot of adrenaline would have saved my ass. Why didn't you give it to me, you cheap fuck? My life was in your hands, and you let me die.
We were partners, old-timer. I always had your back. Why didn't you have mine?
Taking care of us was your job. You let me die. You failed.
The eulogy you gave at my funeral was awful. Pure drivel. How can you sleep at night, Mousy?
I trusted you. You were supposed to save us all.
You killed Kostya, you motherfucker. My Kostya!
Why? Why did you betray me, Mousy?
After everything I've done for you, you chose NAR? Burn in hell, you backstabbing little freak!
Executing an unarmed prisoner like a common thug. I expected more from you, Professor Kamenyuk.
This isn't possible. These things can't all have happened. I fixed them. At least some of them.
You're wrong. Did you think meddling with space-time wouldn't have consequences? All of this, every bit of it, happened.
But how? I was going back through the wormholes. I was fixing everything.
There is no time travel the way your friend Olivier understands it. You can never change what's already occurred, because every change creates its own space-time continuum.
And time only moves in one direction. Entropy.
Every time you make or unmake a decision, you twist an entire dimension. It's because you are a part of me, made from the same multi-dimensional stuff.
But I just wanted to save Tatiana.
Yes, your mother. And along the way, you destroyed countless lives across dozens of dimensions. All because of animal body chemistry. Because of the human need to connect with your progenitor. So, here I am. I am your real mother.
Bullshit.
But it's a matter of perspective. To a spider,
Don't.
Having a bit of an identity crisis. As a poet, the fear that clouds your mind.
Fear?
The fear of discovering there is nothing at the core of your persona. But don't worry. I am about to reveal the truth.
What do you...
Have you ever wondered why? Despite your technological why destroy your own ecosystem? Why you cannot help but why over and over again you said...
If you're thinking to catch me off guard with your freshman philosophy and people are for the most part selfish assholes. I don't need an eight. So what's next? Are you going to propose some kind... Am I to be your prophet and help you usher...
I never expected you to be so not... No, a new world order isn't enough to save you from...
Is that right?
Again, it's the fear. Fear of your own existence. I can take it all away. I can help you as I've...
How?
Your kind can only live in the moment. The future is terrifying to you. It makes you do silly. Just become my vessel, and I will remake mankind in my image. Burn, I must reduce
That is some insane...
You're scared this will make you feel less... This is what being a hero is all about. We can banter words for as long as you want, but the result is inevitable. You and I struggling against me will only tire you. It will not. You're like a fish, endlessly swimming the circumference of a wash basin. All your science cannot help you. It's time to set aside this futile struggle.
I see you have it all figured out, my love. If mankind wants to destroy itself, let it. For all I know...
You are defiant, like her. I can have you wake back up at your base again and again in the...
A circle?
Oh, don't get distracted with your theories now.
I almost fell for it. But me, I'm your only hope, and this also makes...
You cannot exist without me.
True, but you also cannot exist in this plane with... You're no god. You're just a fucking parasite. A freeloader looking for a new... Tanya, my mom, is no longer a viable option for you. Who knows? Perhaps you never needed her in the first place. And all this...
You don't even know what you are. You have no...
Identity. Yes. Perhaps I'm Igor, perhaps maybe I'm just a faulty copy of a dead physicist. But it doesn't matter. I make... And that brings us neatly to my conclusion. As a scientist, I... So watch closely, my love. This is my final experiment. It's...
The protagonist never returned from the power plant. The Chernobylite vanished entirely. The zone is now free of it. Igor's stalkers drove off the remaining NAR troops and even convinced a few of them to join the cause. Now they're working together for the good of the Samoshels, tracking down the few remaining monsters still roaming the area. Olivier never had the chance to change his own history and prevent the ambush that wiped out his team. Igor's example convinced him to abandon his plan and accept his flawed past. That tragedy, after all, made him the man he was. With time, he made his peace, and in the end, was grateful to be part of something bigger than himself. Once the events in the zone were finished, he sought out Anton's fiancée and took care of both her and her daughter. In spite of his flaws, Olivier will always be remembered in the zone for his courage and grit. Mikhail's life was always full of violence. He was the angriest, most obnoxious man Igor had ever known, but he was also unfailingly honest, both with himself and others. Mikhail's thirst to avenge his murdered friends was his main driving force, but working with Igor and the others eventually made him appreciate the kinder aspects of life. In spite of his rough manner and the darkness inside him, Igor came to like the neurotic stalker, and by the end, considered him a true colleague. Mikhail decided to remain in the zone and join the others in protecting their shared home. Sashko had always been the lone wolf and daredevil of the zone. Life had always been harsh for him, and he learned the hard way to rely only on himself. His crusade against NAR began with a desire for closure regarding his brother Ruslan's death, but Igor's quest to find Tatiana was what kept him going until the end. In his final moments, he enjoyed a privilege afforded to few men indeed. He had no regrets. He died as he lived, fighting bravely for those closest to him, and that was enough. Tatakan's fight against the Rat King has reached an end. Having barely survived the zone, he realized his time was up. Now, someone else must carry the torch and defeat the evil lurking in the power plant. But Tatakan wasn't worried. After all, he had prepared Igor and others well. Tatakan's true identity was never discovered. Was he a madman, a saint, a spy? Perhaps he was all of these, or perhaps none of them. But one thing is certain, the old man was a true child of Pripyat. His restless soul will forever wander its marshes and woods. Olga's last thoughts were with her mother and the Samoshels. She had joined Igor in his mission because she knew what it meant to live with a hole inside you, a hole left by the departed. As a troubled teenager in Minsk, she'd never planned to become a freedom fighter or martyr, but sometimes we encounter the person who will change our destiny at just the right moment. Life is unpredictable that way. Olga will always be in the hearts of all the Samoshels whose lives she touched. Like so many before him, General Koslov made the wrong choices while chasing a dream of the good life. War taught him about the cruelty and inevitability of loss, leaving him indifferent to human suffering. It was only thanks to his nephew Galib and Igor that Kozlov found a serendipitous moment that placed his life on a new trajectory. He realized that some victories come at too great a cost. Kozlov left NAR at just the right time and lived out his days in quiet contemplation, somewhere far beyond their nefarious grasp. Semenov's ambitions and neuroses almost got him killed. He was a brilliant scientist, but could never come to terms with the collapse of the Soviet Union. Though not a devout communist, Semenov could not stomach the chaotic aftermath, for it reflected the emptiness of his own heart. And so he chased his green Chernobylite dream, hoping his experiments would usher in a new world order. In reality, what he sought was to fill the gaping void in his own soul. Meeting his former student Igor saved Semenov's life, although he could never have predicted it. Confronted with mortal danger, he realized he could no longer allow his demons to determine his fate. He left the zone, hoping there was still time for him to find peace. Without Semenov's brilliance, NAR eventually dissolved, most of its mercenaries wiped out by either the Shadows or the Samoshils. Faced with staggering losses, the shareholders halted all funding. All that remains of NAR in the zone are the empty barracks and derelict labs, stark reminders of a misguided ambition based on human misery.